We begin our 6 o'clock hour with the crisis at the southwest border. Officials are anticipating a surge of migrants when Title 42 expires in just 3 days. And now we're learning more about how officials here in Arizona are preparing for that surge. Good evening, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 6. I'm Caribe Divine.
And I'm Mark Curtis. Governor Katie Hobbs spoke today, laying out the state's plan for what lies ahead. Team 12's Brahm Resnik is here. And Brahm, what is the governor's plan?
Well, this is Katie Hobbs' first real test as a border governor. Her response covers the most urgent needs, but we don't know how much it will cost. And we just found out the border support the Biden administration promised is still weeks away.
Before we begin,
Governor Katie Hobbs has put together a plan for the end of Title 42, but doesn't know yet what it could cost.
We don't know the numbers because we don't know the numbers. We don't know what the need is actually going to be.
The first-term Democratic governor says the planning is based on speculation about the projected surge of border crossers in the Southwest when Title 42 ends on Thursday.
We are going to respond to the need that is on the ground.
Migrant shelters in Tucson are already full, according to Hobbs. The mayor of Yuma, which doesn't have any shelters, warned that the Border Patrol might have to release migrants to the streets.
It's essentially havoc right now if you want to look at the reality of the numbers.
Dealing with that reality is a key part of Hobbs' response. Transportation is vital. The state will pay to fly or bus asylum seekers toward their preferred destination. Arizona shelters will receive state dollars in addition to federal money to provide more space for migrants. Hobbs also raised the possibility of sending more National Guard troops to help the Border Patrol. So is the governor doing enough?
I couldn't determine whether it's enough, but I'll tell you what, it's a plan that's moving forward. And from that perspective, it's a good thing.
And Governor Hobbs is heading to a crowded migrant shelter in Tucson tomorrow to share her border plan there. Mark, Caribe?
Brahm, you reported last week that the Biden administration was sending 1,500 active duty troops to the border. They've got to cover Texas, Arizona, and California. How many of those troops are actually coming to Arizona?
Well, a little bit of a surprise here. Despite the sense of urgency, those 1,500 troops aren't showing up at our border right away. Here's what a Defense Department spokesman told me today. On Wednesday, about 500 troops, active duty Army and Marines, will arrive in El Paso, Texas. U.S. Customs and Border Protection will assign them to specific border sectors. In 3 weeks, around June 1st, the remaining 1,000 troops will arrive. Again, CBP will assign them to specific sectors. The troops will help the Border Patrol with data entry, warehousing, monitoring the border, but will have no direct contact with migrants. Bottom line, we have no idea how many soldiers will help the beleaguered Border Patrol right here in Arizona. Mark?